Hello, I'm Hanshi Stephen Kaufman. I'm the founder of Self-Revealization Acceptance. We're going to talk about the initial lessons in Self-Revealization Acceptance, starting with it and everything in the universe is a complete and total success. For those of you who are unfamiliar with SRA, it is a system that enables you to directly contact the creative power of the universe using the spirit of the thing itself, of what it is you desire to experience, and to bring it around instantly. It also enables you to develop it as a permanent aspect of your psyche, your consciousness, your personality. So there are no hidden tricks or hidden methods. You don't use anything external to your own self. Hence, self-revealization. You reveal it all to yourself by asking the proper questions and understanding the parameters of what it is that you want to experience. I speak about self-revealization acceptance as your divine right to live in joy and freedom. Because it is by your divine right to live in joy and freedom, you have absolute and total complete control over your environment in every which way that you want to think about it. For example, if you want to lose the negative habits of smoking, drinking, alcohol, obesity, whatever it is, annoying relationships, self-revealization acceptance does it for you. It does it for you. You are not going to have to coerce your own consciousness, coerce your own ways of thinking, get into relationships to counter measure certain negative traits that you have to deal with. It is a very, very simple procedure. What you do is you define specifically and exactly what you want to do. And SRA teaches you how to do it. You work with the spirit of the thing itself. It enables you to learn the proper language that is required for you to bring about the change you want to experience. The book begins by no introduction. No introduction means that you don't need an introduction to the whys and wherefore of life. You already know what's going on. You may not like certain things. You may want to experience certain things that you haven't experienced, or perhaps even think you're not qualified to experience. We get rid of all of these myths that destroy your sense of being and your sense of true self. Yes. Because based on what you're thinking, you're experiencing it. And if you are experiencing it, you are therefore successful at it. You may not like what you're experiencing, you may not like what's happening, but that's another issue at this particular point. What you've got to understand is that everyone and everything in the universe, regardless of circumstance, is a complete and total success. So therefore, no introduction is necessary. And the quality of your life is based on desire. It's important to understand that desire is essential to accomplishing anything. If you don't have a desire for something, it's not going to happen. Now, this old saw about the only way to really become enlightened is to get rid of your desires, it makes no sense. And the reason it makes no sense is because in order to get rid of something, you have to have a desire to get rid of it. I mean, you don't live in a state of bliss. You don't live in a state of total, absolute disconnection with the world. You are in the world. You are in the world. Doesn't mean you have to cooperate with the mass thinking of everybody. What it means is that you determine for yourself what it is you want to experience. And regardless of the fact that people tell you you are not qualified or not permitted or you're not allowed to experience certain things, is a lie. It's an outright lie. And it doesn't matter where these lies have come from. Most of these lies have come from other individuals or other groups who seek to maintain control over you. Once you succumb to the whys and wherefore of other people, and you start to function through what I call negative sentiment, you will find that you are not living your life for yourself. Even though you tell yourself you're living your life for yourself, you are not. You're living your life vicariously, perhaps through others. And because you do that, you're generally miserable. So you decide you're going to change things. You're going to get rid of this individual, that individual, and the same thing comes up. And same thing keeps repeating itself. And you keep wondering, what is wrong here that I am saying to myself, and I am affirming that I don't want to experience these things. The thing is that you don't believe it, and you have not accepted the reality, self-revealization acceptance, that the conditions you are experiencing no longer have authority in your life. Self-realization acceptance, and I'm going to shorten it to SRA. SRA enables you to rid yourself of negative sentiment. Negative sentiment, again, is what happens when you do something, well, you really don't want to do it, but you don't want to offend this person, you don't want to annoy that person. If you do this, you won't have that. And you go back and forth. You end up totally stressed, totally unhappy, and totally wondering why it's even worth your time, effort, and energy to waste time trying to change things. You don't change things. You change your perceptions. You change your perceptions, and once you change your perceptions, a certain understanding, a certain lightness of being starts to come into your life. As you are no longer living your life for that person. You're not living your life for him, her, it, they, the job, whatever it is. You are living your life for you. It's your divine right to live in joy and freedom. Keeping in mind that we use the word divine, we are not talking about a religious orientation here. We're talking about your given privilege to live your life as you want to live it. And there is no one, no way, no how, no thing that has any authority over you unless you give it authority over you. So essentially you become your own personal anarchist. What you become is your own oracle. You decide for yourself, this is what you're going to experience. Okay, let's clarify a few things before we go any further. For example, well, you've been getting banged over the head for the last X amount of years, and you've been told these things over and over and over, and even though you deny the truth of those things, they become inculcated into your psyche. You got to clean that out. And how do you clean that out? By ridding yourself of negative sentiment. We're going to get on to all of this. The first thing I'm doing, I'm just opening it up and giving you a little taste of what's happening here. SRA is very heavy, very profound, and therefore it is the simplest thing to use to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. For example, overt flattery. Tremendous, tremendous sign of disrespect towards you. Sincere flattery is where they come to you and say, how do we make this better for us? And you, because you understand who you are and what you are, have no problem showing them. But when people start saying, hey, if you do it this way, it'll be better for this, for that, for this. But I don't want you to do it for me, man. I want you to do it for you. No. They're using you. They're playing with you. Okay? And again, they may not even know it. You read the book. You read the book. An introduction to self-revealization acceptance. If you really want to get a handle on controlling the universal powers that be, this is the only method. Self-revealization acceptance. This is it. I am telling you, once you have a handle on self-revealization acceptance, you have a key to all aspects of the universe. See you next time.